Now Jones. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he's got room. And he's going to be up around the 45-yard line. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Back to throw. Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They will run for the first time here with White. Down right around the 25. Well, once again, from all of us at EA Sports, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's had a fantastic day on the couch, belt unbuckled, feet up. This, of course, the nightcap to a great day of football here this Thanksgiving holiday 2022. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kendrick Bourne, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Folk, and it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago, and they just could not stop him defensively. Hit the 200-yard mark, went over that, but he didn't score one time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because normally when you have that kind of performance, you hit on a couple of big, long runs, a 60-yarder, a 70-yarder. But for him, it was more like a 10 here, a 20 there. He spent the entire game just wearing down that defense.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings. They'll look to throw here. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's another carry for Harris. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Jones. Off play action. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing, Cousins.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
And the Pats force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 6 catches, 52 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch everyone thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Off the bootleg. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Rolling to his left.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota.
Joseph's got it, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The run there on 1st down gets them a yard to the 26.
This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
On 2nd and 1, Jones.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Harris. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0.